Hello, friends. Welcome to Hope to the Hopeless series. Today, the topic for this week is eternal comfort. And before we start about this topic, I just wanted to let you know that this is the 75th video that God has given me mercy to upload this video. So I just wanted to thank the Lord for all his goodness and his mercies. So when I started, it is because of God's guidance. I started this video the other day when I was sharing it with my daughter. She was telling me, how many subscribers do you have or how many views you have? Because my friend's mom started a recipe channel and that has crossed 1,000 subscribers. So that is what my daughter said. And I said that it is not for me to compare, and I don't want to make viral videos or make famous videos and become a famous person, or to have more views or to have more subscribers. The main objective of this channel is to share the love of God, to share the truth, and for people's lives to be changed for the better. So that is the main reason, or that is the main objective. And when I prayed, when I started this video, I asked God that give me one soul, or give one soul for one video. So that is what is my main purpose of this video, is that people's lives should be changed for the better. They should know the truth, and they should, you know, uh, their lives should change. That is what is my main objective of this video. So let me share the video, or the topic for this week, that is eternal comfort. So I wanted to let you know that I'm just going to do a comparison, or the basis of this video is on Psalms 23. Psalms 23 was written by uh, King David, and he himself was a shepherd. So there is a metaphor used in this psalm. So everyone knows this. It's a common, everyone is aware of this psalm. So it is about a relationship between a sheep and a shepherd. So the shepherd takes care of the sheep. So God here in this psalm, he's comparing God as a shepherd and people, we the people, as sheep. So God knows. So in the New Testament, uh, our shepherd is none other than Jesus Christ. So in the New Testament, it talks about Jesus is described as the good shepherd, or even the great shepherd. So our shepherd is Jesus Christ, and we are the sheep. So let me read it to you, the Psalms 23, and then I will explain it to you what message this has. Okay. So the first verse is that it says that the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. When you have Lord as your shepherd, you will never lack any good thing in your life. Remember, my dear friends, because your shepherd knows what is required for you, what you require. So he knows, God knows the best for you. So that is what it says. And the second verse says that he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. So when God makes you to lie down in green pastures, that means you have an abundant life in the presence of God. And he leads me beside still waters. That means still waters is, what does it signify? It signifies peace. So God will give you peace. God will give you rest, because you can, abundance of life. So this is what God does. And the next verse says that he restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. So many a times, the sheep will think that the other side is green. The grass is always greener on the other side. The sheep may think that, okay, if I go this direction, then I can have more food, I can graze nicely. But that may lead to unrighteousness. Because if you take your own decision as sheep, if you take your own decision, sometimes the things of this world, we are living in an uncertain world. We are living in a very corrupted world. There's a lot of corruption, a lot of wickedness, a lot of temptations. So if you take your own decision and try to go astray from God's plan, because God is the shepherd, and the shepherd knows what is best for you. The shepherd knows what is the best place for you. But if you take a decision and say that no, this life is good, so let me not follow this life, let me go to this way, it may look so good, it may look green, but remember there is a predator, and that is nothing but all your enemies. Okay, so don't get enticed, don't get tempted to go in the wrong path, because that looks greener, but it will lead to danger, it will lead to destruction, it will not lead to eternal comfort. Okay, you may have a comfort, but it is just a temporary comfort. Okay, the next verse says that even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So many a times, O Lord, remember, my dear friends, that we may go through pain, we may go through injuries, we may go through sickness, but when death comes, no one can escape. No one. You may be the greatest leader, you may be the strongest person, you may have all the positions and everything, but when you can, by medicine you can save yourself, but to an extent. But when death comes, it comes. You cannot face it. You cannot say, I will withstand death. No. When death comes, you have to face it, and that's the end of it. But here, only one person can save you from death and give you the life of abundance, the eternal life, and the eternal comfort. That is none other than Jesus Christ. So he says that my rod and my staff, they comfort you. So God is there. He will give you an eternal life. So we Christians, for we believers, death is the beginning of another life, and that is the eternal life. That's what I keep telling you. The next verse says that you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. This is again talking about your abundance, your comfort, and against God gives protection against your enemies. Who are our enemies? Our enemies could be anything, not only people who are enemies, but sickness can be your enemies, your financial problems can be your enemies, your relationship issues can be your enemies, your joblessness can be your enemies, or you have a job and you still have a lot of pressures and tensions, so many things. Every problem is an enemy, and every problem is an opportunity for God to do a miracle in your life. And the last verse, it says that surely goodness and mercy shall follow all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That is what is the main verse here. So it says that goodness and mercy shall follow all the days of your life. It is not that just one day or few days of your life. Some people say that was a year, my life was so good. But let me tell you, my dear friends, every day, it is only because of God's mercy. It is only because of God's, goodness that we are alive. Today, if we are standing here, it is because of your grace. It is because of your mercy. Yes, O Lord. So we need to do that. So, my dear friends, as a good sheep, we need to follow Jesus Christ. We need to follow Jesus Christ. And when we follow Jesus Christ, then we will get the eternal comfort. That is what matters. So, my dear friends, when you identify who the shepherd is, then you will know that you will follow that. When you follow the good shepherd, then you will have the abundance life. Then you will have the eternal life. So God is our guidance. God is our provision. He provides, He protects, He guides, He leads you. So thank you, my dear friends. Thank you for listening to this video. And I pray that this will be a blessing. Have a wonderful week in the presence of the Lord. Thank you and amen.